Hey folks, this is Mark Devine with Unbeatable Mind. I wanted to take a moment to address the community about this coronavirus and what we're all dealing with. First, know that our hearts go out for everyone who's been impacted by this, which is everyone, so we know what you're going through. We're dealing with the same thing ourselves. And so when I think about this, I have to look at it from the perspective of my philosophy of life and my viewpoint, and I thought I'd share that with you. First, we have this concept called developing ourselves along these 5 mountains or 5 domains, and this will keep us in balance and make us individually most likely to ward off any potential effect of infection. So we want to keep physically strong. That means we need to continue to eat well in spite of all the craziness and fear and even what's going on with stripping the supermarkets bare. We need to find a way to eat really well, sleep really well, hydrate really well, to stay in balance and practice your box breathing every day. Mentally, we would like to continue to stay in the boundaries of what's known. So study up on the virus. Know that a lot of people will get infected, but also know that very few people will develop a serious illness, and mostly those in their 60s and 70s and 80s and older. And so we need to protect those in our family that are in that at-risk category and really help them develop and maintain a strong body and mind. So really deal well with the knowns and unknowns. Don't buy into the fear and uncertainty and doubt that's been rippling across, the social media and network news. There's a lot of information that's coming, and most of it is tinged with fear and uncertainty and doubt. And fear is as big a virus as the coronavirus. So really protect yourself from that fear. Deal with what you know. Now, there are certain unknowns, and one of the biggest unknowns here is really the impact on the economy and just what is it like to deal with a pandemic. We haven't been through something like this in our age, right? Since the Spanish flu, so most people don't remember that. So there is a serious unknown here as to what the economic impact is if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, family business owner, solopreneur, independent contractor. So you're gonna need to lean into that every day and really protect your cash. You're gonna need to get creative and think how to, take care of things that maybe you took for granted in the past. You may need to think outside the box and rely on your team and this tribe to help you with that. So, fear is false evidence that appears real, or false expectations. False expectations are about creating an idea about the unknowns that may be unreal. And the false evidence might be around some of the things you're hearing about your own vulnerability or your own risk. So just let's get clear about what we're dealing with and then deal with it one day at a time and be strong mentally, physically, and emotionally. The other concept I'd like to touch on is that we deal with what we call the 3 spheres at Unbeatable Mind. That is the I, the we, and the it. So while you're taking care of yourself and staying strong across your 5 mountains of physical, mental, emotional, intuitional, and spiritual domains, also take your eyes off yourself and really put them on your team in true compassion, and know that everyone in your family, everyone in your community is going through the same thing. We're all in this together. And if we take care of each other instead of just solely take care of ourselves through hoarding or blocking ourselves off from each other, then we'll get through this together. How can we do this? We can use Zoom. We can use obviously social media. This is one place where social media can be really beneficial. Come together through social media instead of spreading fear and lies and uncertainty. And then there's the it sphere. Now, we can't control what the government's doing. They're doing the best job they can to contain and mitigate the virus. Just know that. Don't get mad at them. Don't think that they're destroying everything. There are going to be repercussions from their actions, but they're doing what we need to do at a national or a systemic level to deal with the risk, and they're doing the best they can. So just know that it sphere is that. But at your own personal it sphere, you can do things like some of the great recommendations to keep your places sterile, your places as sterile as possible. Use this opportunity to really clean as much as possible, both yourself, your kids, help your elders, and clean and disinfect your environment. Look at this from the perspective of the 3 spheres. Take care of yourself, take care of your team, and take care of your environment. Don't isolate yourself, even if you're asked to stay home for 14 days or longer. Get out through social media, through Zoom, get out, take a walk, but just respect the distancing requirements that are being asked of everyone so you don't become someone that's spreading the virus. At any rate, there's lots more to say. Just from my own perspective, expect that this will get worse before it gets better. This thing will pass and things will return to normal. the economy will turn to normal and we'll be back on step later this year or early in 2021. That's my message. Stay focused, be unbeatable, and reach out if we can help you out at all. Booyah, Divine out.